So a reader just walked in, just asked, I just bought an even roll based on your test, and I love it, but why don't you test putters like Tyson Lamb or other boutique putters?
Yeah, he just called this was like the third one in 2 days that has happened, you know? So basically the guy called as a potential guy that wants to be involved with MyGolfSpy and said, hey man, I just bought a putter based on your putter test, and I bought the even roll. And he said, I love it, man. I think I've sold some other even rolls to buddies because the thing works so well. But why don't you ever test Tyson Lamb or boutique putters? And I just went, man, you wanted to ask me a question. Now let me ask you a question. I said, can you now please get all 6 million or how many ever serious golfers there are in the world on the phone right now so we can just go through this? I told him, I said, listen, no tech putters don't win MyGolfSpy test because no tech putters have no tech. And what I mean by that is putters have been made for 100 years now. How many ever years people have been playing golf? And at the end of the day, there's only a few of them that we have sitting right here that have any tech whatsoever. And people think that it's the Indian, not the arrow, and we have proven year after year after year inside this test facility that it's both. Golfers just cannot wrap their head around the fact that changing from one putter to another putter with doing nothing to your putting stroke can actually lower your score. It's fact, and looks make no difference. Yet, golfers still buy all their putters, and the #1 selling putters are based on one thing generally, and that's looks. Why would you be buying anything based on looks? You should be basing it on how well it makes you putt and how well it gets the ball in the hole.
Well, that's what I was telling you earlier. It's like these putters, the wow factor of holy shit, I own a Tyson Lamb putter. It's you throw out it's almost like the feeling of owning not even a one-off, just an expensive ass putter that looks cool and feels great outweighs your desire to perform well.
Look, like I told you before, there's probably close to 100 putters lined up on that wall behind us. I love collecting putters. I was a putter designer and still would love to become a putter designer after MyGolfSpy is over again because that's my passion. But I don't play with those putters sitting over there. They're lined up against the wall. I understand the warm and fuzzy feeling you get inside when you want to buy a boutique putter. But where those go are leaning up against the wall. If I want to go beat somebody in a round of golf and bust your ass, I'm bringing out the weapon, not a collectible. I'm hanging that right here. That's a wall hanger. That's not a gamer. So these people that still continue to think that a Tyson Lamb or a Scotty Cameron, because they're pretty, should perform well, just have to understand that we are dispelled those myths one time after another, yet those words on the paper that we're writing don't seem to be sinking in with people. Technology that makes the ball get closer to the hole is what makes you a better putter. And these putters sitting right here, the even roll, it doesn't matter about how this putter looks. It could be the ugliest thing ever. Matter of fact, some of the people that have puttered with these MLAs in our putter tests have voted them the ugliest putters. But guess what? Year after year, test after test, they even roll based on real technology, and MLA based on no looks favoritism, but technology, and a ping catch. These are the only 3 putters that get it done. I mean, I could go line up 100 putters for you right now that are all face mode putters, including a Scotty Cameron that performed, I think, 50th out of 50 in one of our tests, and it blew people's mind and said, you must be out to get Scotty Cameron and Titleist. We just hit putts. At the end of the day, all Scotty did was take a really pretty putter, and granted, Scotty is a genius, and he paved the way for anybody and everybody that ever wanted to make putters, which is, everybody should be happy for that ever designed a putter. But at the end of the day, what technology is he putting into a putter that is ever proven to get a ball closer to the hole? And don't come back to me and say, well, this guy putted with it and that guy putted with it and they made millions of dollars. Good. And they could have potentially made more millions of dollars if they would have putted one that is proven to drop your score. The fact that golfers continue to buy based on looks and nothing more than that blows my goddamn mind. I mean, what are we doing in here hitting all these putts to tell people what performs best for you if you're just going to go right out and buy a wall hanger, which is fine, but don't bring that damn thing to the course, because If I can prove to you, which we have in here, that going from this putter to that putter will drop your score 1.5, 2 strokes, leave that pretty thing hanging right up on the wall. Don't bring it to the course. The other thing about the boutique guys are, we'd love to include them in our test, but here's the bad thing. Carbon putters, for an example. I'll give you one boutique. They won a putter test of ours because they had a putter that was set up to perform well in our test that year. And they couldn't keep up with demand. So, because they didn't have enough production models. So that looks bad on us because we get email after email, why, I can't get my carbon putter, can you guys help me out? So listen, the Tyson Lambs and those guys, I think he just made 20 putters. It took him a month or so,
Yeah.
If Tyson Lamb happened to win with a no-tech putter, which wouldn't happen in our test, but let's say it did for shits and giggles, I think he's going to sell more than 20 putters based on a MyGolfSpy test. He can't keep up with that, so it's going to put him in a bind. It's going to make us look bad. So the other thing as well is those one-off putters that we are testing in our facility are one-offs. If you were to buy a putter based on that one-off test and went and bought a Tyson Lamb, you're not getting the same putter that performed well. And you're definitely not getting the same putter that performed for the reasons it performed that well. Whatever it was, the Face Tech, the Hazel, the this, that, and the other that these companies over here are doing, you're not going to get that. So it would be like basically me saying, hey, we tested an even roll and it won our test because of this tech, but he only made one of them. Good luck. I mean, that's not how you do a test. And you don't test putters like that for the reason. I understand Tyson Lamb does incredible looking putters. At the end of the day, that's fine. But you cannot tell me that a single one of his putters has anything like this in it. All he's doing is face milling and making pretty putters, which is great. Collect those things. Hang them things on the wall. Collect those $100 head covers. But
you know what they really need to do is these guys need to start making custom shit that has technology in it.
Well, I think that's part of the reason for MyGolfSpy to exist. Because sooner than later, the bigger we get and more we grow, more people that read our tests, it's going to make the cream of the crop rise to the top. And if you are actually trying to buy products that perform the best, you're going to stop buying the products that don't perform the best, that have no tech. Right. So it's going to eliminate those to some degree. Now, if you want to collect one, he'll still sell some putters, the others will still sell some putters, but they're going to sell less because people are going to want to buy the ones that have now been proven for a decade now, if we've been continuing to do this for another 10 years, that we're not BSing you, you know what I mean? This is legit. It's the Indian and the Arrow. Fact. I just think that golfers, in my opinion, I'm not putting them all down in this statement while I get ready to put them all down, are the smartest dumb people I've ever met. They are generally more highly educated, Their socioeconomic group is generally above average, yet you put a golf club in their hand and I don't know what happens to their brain. I mean, I watch them come in here all the time and show them the club that performs best for them. Hey, this driver significantly is better than the other driver. Which one did the guy walk in the next week and just purchase from the local golf shop? The one that performed 27th for him. I mean, and that's one of our testers. So we got a hell of a battle on our hands to fix this, and I think we need to just talk more openly about these conversations that people ask us all the time and put it out there for you guys to hear. And hey, it's a conversation starter. You might not agree with everything I have to say. I've got the data to back it up, and I'm more than happy for you to provide your data to show different than what we've found and keep this conversation going. But at the end of the day, we need to evolve the conversation. We are here. We are here. We need to get here. And I don't want to wait 10 more years to get golfers there. I want to get them there now, because my job is to put the best stuff in their bags. And they continue to buy stuff based on how pretty it is. I mean, look, I'm sorry that you guys don't like the looks of this putter for the most part, but I watch guys come in here and drop their score one after another.
There's literally proven optical science in this putter.
And we've proven it with data. Yet somebody's going to go buy something else and try to tell us that we're wrong because Tiger Woods won with his putter. I'm so happy Tiger Woods won with that putter. He could have probably won more or shot a half a stroke lower if he would have gone with technology. And that's all we're here to do, is to show you the products that perform the best. You don't have to agree with us, but continuing to tell us that these no-tech putters are here to stay and they're going to win, and why don't you test them? I mean, at this point, it's not even worth testing them, you know? I know the result. I mean, we will continue to include them, but I know the putters that are going to rise to the top. It's the ones that create ball misses, your misses, tighter to the hole. Fact. You miss at a putt on the heel or toe, that ball is going to go less distance and farther left and right with a traditionally milled putter. You get a ping catch, all balls go the same distance. Get an even roll, all balls go the same distance and end up in the same place. It's pretty simple.
Now, what about golfers that say, you know, it's kind of widely known that putting is like mostly confidence and, you know, intrinsic feeling that you can make the putt when you're standing over it. Now, for me, I play an even roll, so when I first grabbed it, when we first got the even rolls in, I was like, I don't know, they're not the most traditional looking. I've never putted with a fat blade before, but as I've come to use the ER2, like, I mean, I step on over a 10-foot putt, and I'm thinking nothing but in the hole, and it didn't come straight away, but then I've even had putters, like my old ping, I had a ping redwood, and I don't even have a big arc.
Doesn't matter the name. I don't care whether it was a ping or an even roll. Or
what I'm saying, it's a no-tech putter with a mill face.
And whether, you know, people say it was confidence and you got to step over a putter that gives you confidence. We've done those studies. It's BS. It is not true. When you step over a putter and go, I like this putter. Guess what? The studies show that it is not. There is no correlation between how much you love that look of that putter and how much confidence it exudes in your brain and how many shots your score goes down. It continues to conflict with each other every year we do that. MLA was a perfect example. No one liked the look of that putter. Where did it finish? Every year. Top five. Putters that people love. Scotty Cameron rated them really high on the confidence meter, really high on the looks meter. Guess where they finished? Down the bottom.
You know, it's interesting too, because like, you know, now like being obviously my score has gotten better since I started working here, but when I go out and putt or when I go out and play, like for instance, last weekend, you know, I went out and played and I shot like 70, but I didn't make anything. But every single time I was scaring the hole, and it wasn't, you know. Then there are days where back when I had the redwood, it was like I would either have like a really good putting day or like I was 3-putting like a.
Well, that goes back to the misses, you know. So generally, a 20-foot putt, miss X amount off to the toe or X amount, you know, 1/8 of an inch off the heel. Your ball on a 20-foot putt, that piece of pie just keeps getting bigger and bigger the longer that putt is. So miss hit a little bit on a short putt doesn't hurt you as bad. We all know that we don't have 3-footers every putt. So let's say take your 20-foot putts. You barely miss hit that putt. You are going to miss pretty drastically that putt.
Yeah.
When you say you're scaring the holes, guess why you're scaring the holes? Because on those miss hits, now the even roll or, you know, the ping catch or whatever you're putting with,
yeah, my bad
like
putting days aren't like bad. They're just like I'm just not dropping putts like.
Yes.
You know, when I'm shooting 65, 64, I am, but when I'm not.
Look, every golfer is looking for any advantage possible to shoot lower scores. They have gone to the ends of the goddamn earth to do it. They have built every stupid ass contraption to get it down there. And I'm telling you, we have found them for you. You know, you can buy these whippy things and this thing that keeps your head down and all that stuff. Never been proven. Not one single person that I have talked to on the phone that has created these products. When I ask them, can you prove that this thing works? They come up to me and go, no, but a lot of people like it and a lot of people have bought them. That doesn't mean jack damn. I mean, it just doesn't mean shit to me. You know what I mean? What means things to me is proof. And we prove to you what works and we prove to you what doesn't work. And people can continue to buy these things, which I feel miserably for them, because you're wasting time, money, and energy on this just thought that there's this oasis out there of 72 for you. And it's out there. You just got to start buying the stuff that doesn't contradict your game. The golf game is hard enough. You don't need equipment in your hand that's making it tougher.
Right.
You know, and you can't tell me, for the guy that says equipment can't lower your score, okay, then let me put you in some ill-fit equipment and see where your score goes. Straight up. So you can't tell me that if I don't get you an equipment that makes that fits with your swing, like a putter that is fit properly for you. So let's take the even roll or ping catch. While the ping catch didn't fit my stroke, that technology, it doesn't matter what the putter is, whether it's a mallet or a blade, it's the tech in the putter, right? Even roll, same example. right? So you take that tech in that putter and go, wow, the mallet doesn't fit my stroke. It's contradicting, making the game more difficult for me, right? Well, Even Roll makes a putter that fits everybody's stroke. So does Pin Catch. The tech is where it's at. It ain't the look of the putter. You know, it's like I used to work on cars, and the guys would always come up to me and man, you created an incredible looking car. Can I look under the hood? No, don't look under the hood, man. Why not? I haven't done anything under there yet. I built the paint job first, and the motor second, which was the stupidest thing ever, you know?
Right.
I wanted it to look good. Well, the putters that look good generally don't perform good, meaning there's no motor under the hood. They got nothing, no tech. So this facility has been dedicated to help consumers make better, more informed choices with their money. To hear these questions being asked continually, month after month, year after year, and go, man, my job is to do the best I can at dispelling this information out there and changing and ripping the Band-Aid off as quickly as I can, you know, for these golfers. And it's taking too long, you know. We need to do a better job with this. So, I don't know. The words, the articles, the most wanted, all this stuff, while it's making a difference, and I think for the companies that win, it does a great job, to continue to get these questions is just, it's baffling, you know? So, zero putter tech is where we're going to start, and we're just going to keep on keeping on.